when I grew up in Hyderabad, I'm sure all of you have seen the same thing on television, which is the most popular thing to watch, or healthy thing for a child to watch, was a general knowledge show. And there was always, IIT, Kharagpur, or whatever it was, competing. And actually, it's called the wrong thing. It's not general knowledge, it's general information. Because these days, all that information is easily accessible on your smartphone, right? And the whole principle of knowledge is built on the word know. Do you actually know it? Or is it something that you just are informed and you will just regurgitate the information? That's number one, which is, with the advent of the information technology world, there's so much easily accessible that eventually information is going to be irrelevant because you can access anytime. It's what you do with that information. Also, the second thing I wanted to say is along the subject of creating and encouraging children. I'm actually the typical high school dropout. 11th class was my last certificate from HBS, and ever since then I haven't seen an educational institution as such. So, and now I'm teaching at IIT Hyderabad. So those two just don't compute. I'm a high school dropout teaching at IIT Hyderabad. It doesn't make sense for a lot of people. However, I had parents, and I also want to say this, that parents are extremely important. Your ultimate education happens at home, and what you give your child, make them think, and so on. But it's also the environment you create for the child to think. My environment at home was extremely high. We were talking about German philosophy and mathematics and music at home. And that caused this mind to get the wheels rolling. Very interesting story is, and you'll find this odd, why did the Indian Olympic hockey team, I think, so I'm going to get all the numbers wrong, but in the 1950s, come from basically out of 11 members on the hockey team, 8 of them were from Hyderabad, or some ridiculous number like that, were from Hyderabad. Why would that happen? And it just was interesting. Again, I'm going to get this information wrong. I'll get you the right information one day. But near Masab Tank or one of those areas, somebody had to make houses in a colony. And instead of making all of the houses equidistant and putting them in blocks, they decided to make the houses in a rectangle. And so this huge playground opened up right in the middle of the houses. And when kids got home, guess what they did? They went out in this big rectangular yard and started playing. They took sticks, found a ball, started hitting around, and eventually they started playing hockey in this ground. Only because there was the space to do it. And very often, what people discover is because of the way we organize life for that to be discovered. And very much a huge part of our education system is starting more and more to get extinct. Where kids, I teach classical piano music. Most people in Hyderabad have never heard of classical piano music. But the number of people coming to learn this, because, I have a parent, her daughter was studying with me and was leaving, and the mom called me after the class and said, I need to talk to you. And she said, can you please talk to my daughter? I said, what's the problem? She said, well, she just got into Oxford. She was at a high school in Hyderabad and got into Oxford to go. I said, that's congratulations. She said, no, it's not congratulations. She said, please talk to her because does she look happy to you? I said, well, that's her personality. She's rather quiet. She said, no, my daughter has lost her childhood. I don't want her to go to Oxford. I want her to take 3-4 years off, discover herself, and then make the right choice for her life.